too. Got this on stream and everything, so just easier to talk on voice chat and stuff. But let me know if you're lagging or whatever.
All right. I'll let you know if anything happens.
All right.
3, 2, 1, go.
Got some good reaction there. Oh,
got your jump.
I actually predicted that, but I couldn't hit it. Oh.
I actually got you with the dare.
Yeah.
There was a Raymer that was wanting to see that, so I'll have to clip that for him later. Oh crap. See my controller?
Yeah.
I finally realized exactly what the problem is. It's frustrating. And I tested it in Rivals and Slap City, and it's not an issue in either of those games. Like I can see some of the symptoms. Like it has some symptoms in the menu too. In the menus. Crap.
Oh shit, that was their controller.
No worries.
Well, you're beating me anyway, so won't be a big of a
Yeah, no problem. You did it.
I know that range so well.
I was kind of salty when Sheep did it to me at one point. I probably would have won if not for that, honestly.
Battle ended. Player 2 wins.
I'm just gonna go cycling through the stages.
Yeah.
I actually think that Wave Dash Arena is one of the best maps for Raymer.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree too. And that's usually what I do when I'm doing quick play. We're doing a lobby with somebody. I'll just rotate through the stages to get practice on multiple stages. It's good to occasionally get practice even on your worst stages. Like, you know, I usually avoid Malu Malu, but it's good to get practice on there sometimes. Of course, we also do in quick play, but
you never know when the quick play game will force you to play with people there.
Or even sometimes in tournament when like something crazy happens, you know. I was really close to hitting your hand there. That's actually possible to hit their hand while they're just hanging on the ledge. Just a raw shot. It's the kind of thing I would like to perfect in time. But it's really, really hard. Really precise shot.
I did it too late.
Yeah, I think if you'd have done a faster action, it would have been better.
Yeah, there's a lot of things like that that I need time to get used to. Basically, I never do that move, so I wasn't prepared. But I knew that it would have hit if I did it. Because I played Wei Shan so much.
Yeah.
So, the thing that I should have done there is Ghost. I'm just getting used to a lot of things that, oh shit. That I have to do in the matchup.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, everything that you do can be countered.
Well, I mean, I think that goes for most of the options in the game. If you predict what they're doing, it can be stopped, but you still have to predict it. A lot of things.
I think this is reactable because of how bad it is. Like, you can do it on the fly and always get it. Oh shit, I didn't know I lost my jump there.
Rip.
And you're dead, I think? Yeah.
No, I'm fine. Got all the way up onto the stage.
Fuck. I think you're the first person that survived something like that I've played.
I always save my jump if I can. Unless I've got to dodge a snipe or something off stage.
Oh, I thought I jabbed. What the hell?
We'll see what that. I mean, I wave dash reacted to your roll, or kind of sort of read it. I mean, you didn't have time to jab. I grabbed you right out of the roll. That's the kind of thing that Raymer's wave dash allows you to do. You can do it from really far too. He's one of the best. I think he has one of the best check chases in the game because of his grab range and his down throw always goes to a check chase, and he has several really good moves for his grab range combined with his wave dash, and his he has several really good moves to cover tech rolls like down strike.
You pull the eye up from the down throw and use your double jump to get out of it. So it doesn't always lead into a tech chase.
Yeah, but usually Raymer will be able to hit you otherwise if you do that. And usually it's only if you're at high percent.
Yeah.
And a fairly floaty character.
3, 2.
A low percent.
Like Afi&Galu can get out of it pretty free, but I mean they're Afi&Galu. They're basically the closest thing we have to like Kirby in this game, so.
That's an interesting analogy.
Yeah, see, I wasn't fast enough on my wave dash read there, but I was that time. Oh, rip.
It didn't grab ledge again. I think it's because I was pressing down slightly.
Yeah, I hate that. Yeah, see, most of the times when I just raw shoot you, I think you're right. You can get out of it and should be able to, you know. But there's other times when like I throw you, or I shoot you once and then I could shoot you again and it just combos, you know. Like it's just.
Yeah, if you get a hit, you can keep comboing. That's the one good
like,
thing about this shooting.
Like if you're accurate, it's pretty. Some of these things are pretty free. It actually is just a direct follow-up. There's no real way to get out of it unless you DI a different way or something, but then they can read your DI, like Raymer can read your DI, so. That was my neutral special that stopped your forward strike. I can't believe that.
Yeah, it works like that. But if you, there's also a thing that makes you I'm gonna explain it in a bit.
Yeah. I was forward far enough where I would be able to get out of it that time.
What the heck? Okay, you read my fastball.
Yeah.
Player 2.
I think I reacted to it. Sometimes it's hard to for me to even tell exactly what I'm doing. I just know that I got it. I got the snipe.
What was I going to say when I said I'd tell you later?
Mm-hmm. I honestly wasn't sure what you were talking about, so.
Ah, okay. I think it was something important, but I can't remember. So
Yeah, I mean, if you think of it again, just let me know.
All right.
What's up, Nintendogs, on my stream?
Nice.
He said he's playing like poop today. It'll be good for him to watch some Ray versus Way instead of rolling into every smash. I feel that. I feel that, Nintendogs. I actually lost in the Raymer Ditto 2 days in a row in the tournaments because yesterday I lost to Schmicksmackins. It was also super close set though. Both of these are on YouTube, and I'll put them on the Raymer Discord later. Of course, GreenKnight here is also a Raymer main, and he's been working a lot on his way on though. So
I've lost faith on Raymer kinda.
Yep. He knows the forbidden technique. I'm sure they will fix that at some point, because there's been so many people that have complained about stuff like that, and it's pretty bad. Like, it basically negates the point of him being able to press B again in a lot of situations.
Yeah, I think it will be good. It will be fine if they made the aim faster somehow.
Or just make it where like there's a hitbox when he first shoots.
That doesn't work. Oh, I thought I'll dodge that.
Gotcha.
Lucky shot.
That won't kill me though.
Yeah, you're right. I got cocky there. You had really good DI.
You're like, yeah, you're right, and then you kill me. Oh. See, all those instances where I shield in neutral, I don't think a good player will buy that. Just because they're shooting a lot.
Right. You got me.
Forbidden technique. It's actually pretty easy once you figure it out.
Well, that's why I call it forbidden. Just I don't want people to know about it. Because if they knew how easy it was to Ledgehog Raymer.
It will be even worse to play, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, it would be pretty devastating if more people knew about that. Of course,
can also grab you out of the air.
The advantage is that the dev team would definitely be informed of it more quickly if more people started doing it, but I don't want to have to deal with it in the meantime. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. That was dumb.
Yeah, using down special against Weishan is generally a bad idea because he has enough time to react to it.
Yeah.
I've just been missing it lately.
I've been doing it way too much. What I've been trying to do is learn how to ledge dash better. If I could get my ledge dash game going well, like I do in PM with Luigi.
Do you use ledge hop fair to get on stage?
Sometimes. What I need to do is actually ledge dash though.
Yeah,
I've been learning how to do it, but it's part of the problem is my controller issues are making it really difficult to do consistently.
Right. Was it the PlayStation 3 controller that you're using?
No, it's an Xbox One controller. It's like a brand new one too. It's an Xbox One Carbon controller, but
I see. It's basically the same inputs of a ledge hop fair. use.
Yeah, but see, let me show you something real quick. So I can do it on the right side fairly easily.
But not on the left.
But when I do it on the left side, I press left and just a tiny bit up, and he does this. If I do like 1 degree above directly horizontally, he jumps.
I know why actually, but
it's really
some diagrams.
it's really irritating. It's really irritating because, like, I have tap jump off. I don't ever want a tourney winner unless I press the jump button, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. I've actually submitted a few pieces of feedback like that. Because the ledge controls are kind of bad right now.
But I figured out why. It's what kind of controller do you use?
PlayStation 3.
Okay. It seems to be with multiple controllers that it's an issue. I don't know. But ultimately, like, it's only an issue when you're pressing left and want to go up slightly, or when you're pressing right and want to go down slightly. Those are the only times I've seen it be an issue. Yeah, see, that happens. That happens when you're trying to just barely.
Yeah. It's silly. Is this any way to style on people?
I guess that does look pretty funny with the way Sean does it.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, but like half the time when I try to ledge dash off of this ledge especially, he just tourney winners, and it's like, and it's so bad. It's so bad. I lose so many stocks because of that.
I'm gonna show you something that I drew for the feedback that I sent, but there's a trick to it. Let me see if I can get it.
You kind of have to press down a little bit.
It's actually the way it's set up, but I need to fix the picture real quick before I send it to you. Because I was told by Cicero that it had a mistake in it.
But this is something that, and it even happens on the, like on the character select screen, if you notice when you're moving the cursor around, if you try to move like to the right and just a tiny bit diagonally to the downward, the cursor will just shoot down. And the same thing if you're going left and try to press upward a little bit, the cursor will shoot up. Not quite as badly, but like, so I tested it and I go into, and this was happening with the last controller I had too. And now I brought a brand new controller, and it's specifically supposed to have like the control stick tuned well, but it still does it. But I tried it in Rivals, I tried it in Slap City, and it does it in the menus for those games. Like, I see the same symptoms in the menus, but whatever they did, like, they normalized it within the gameplay itself, so that it's not an issue when you're actually playing the game. So you don't, if you're trying to play one of those games, you don't have like this problem, and you don't have the pressing up often when you try to, you know, aim a shot, you don't accidentally up special only to the left side a lot, and stuff like that. I also accidentally down special a lot when I'm trying to, you know, aim left. Aim right, I mean. Yeah. That's not quite what it is, though. That's not quite what it is, because if you try it on the right side of the ledge, I'm looking at your diagram. If you try it on the right side of the ledge, that's not how it happens. You can press up a little bit and still drop off. You see what I mean? Only on the right side. That's because on the right side, but if you press down even a little bit, you will fast fall. See what I mean? So it makes you, instead of making you do a tourney winner on the right side, it makes you fast fall. So it's disproportional, which is part of the reason it's so confusing and hard to deal with. Yeah, because like, try to just drop off the ledge to use an attack or something. Try to drop off the ledge on the right side without fast falling. It's actually kind of hard. You have to press upward a little bit. So let me see if I can edit your diagram a little here. Yeah, your diagram is correct. It's just, it's only on the left side that it works that way. And actually, it's not quite, because I'm going to go into training mode here.
Three, two, one, go.
Yeah. Are you still on the call, GreenKnight?
Oh, I accidentally muted myself, sorry.
Oh, okay, okay.
Your stream. But yeah, it's weird like you say.
So, I'm gonna mark your diagram left side, and I'll make a small change.
Alright. I think that's gonna be something they have to fix eventually, because
Yes.
there's a lot of characters.
They're definitely gonna have to fix it, and the frustrating thing is that it happens with multiple characters, and this is not only on the ledge, right? This is throughout the entire app that it works this way.
Yeah, but it's like 90-degree angles for the specials. That's actually how the original was. I had that one marked as green, the one that you just pressed. But Cicero told me that pressing anything above the horizontal actually made you jump. And when I was testing, I didn't test the right side. But yeah, I think that's how the diagram should work in reality.
Yeah, exactly. So then I'll put this one.
You can just mirror it. I don't know if your paint program.
Yeah, I've used Paint a lot.
If you want, I can edit it for you on my end.
It's not a big deal. So I've kind of got it in mind what. Yeah, let's just do this.
To be fair, I wasn't trying to make something professional.
I know. But this looks good. I was actually wanting to make something like this. Because I was testing it really, really thoroughly yesterday because I was so frustrated.
Yeah, that happened to me that time.
And actually, there should be another option here too. There should be another option here.
For
fast fall, drop off and fast fall.
Oh right. You're right. There could be another option.
So if I'll do purple, right? So we'll do,
I thought you only.
or whatever color. Let's see.
So you're saying it can fast fall even if you're not holding down, right? Like you can press left and it will fast fall, right?
When you're on the right side, fast fall is the issue.
Actually, never noticed that. Never noticed that part.
That's what I found out yesterday. Wait, no. Yeah.
Movement is a big problem currently, especially for characters that depend on
Yeah.
touching. So this is how I think it should work. The horizontals should be way smaller, so you can actually input diagonals.
I mean, ultimately, right? Like, this should be red, and this should be red. That's the issue.
Yeah.
The issue is you only have one small 8, and it's disproportional in either direction.
Yeah.
And that's the
That's
issue.
what I've been saying for a while.
Yeah. And we're not, I know, I've heard Cicero talk about this too. It's what Cicero said when I was talking to him about it, that made it clear that, oh, so that is the issue. It kind of helped me lab some of this out and figure out what exactly is going on here. So let me do, I forgot to do this. And then...
I remember I spent a good while loving this up on training mode.
Yeah.
In the last session of beta. I actually never noticed that pressing right on the right side make it fast fall. But I think you're right. I thought they were the same on both sides.
Yeah, and this is what makes it so incredibly confusing.
Yeah. Because you can press back on the left side, you can usually expect not to fast fall. And then on the right side is the opposite.
Mm-hmm. So if you press it perfectly horizontally, you're good. But if it's even a degree off downward on the right side, you fast fall. If it's even a degree off upward on the left side, you do a jump from ledge.
Yeah. Oh, and I got disconnected.
From icons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The game does that to me every, like, if I spend like 10 minutes in the menus without doing anything.
Yeah, sometimes it'll just disconnect you. If you haven't been playing for a while, it'll lose the connection. It just happens. That happens with a lot of games.
Yeah, but it doesn't tell you until you're inside the training mode or
Yeah, but it's also, it's also beta. I mean, they've got a lot of stuff to work on.
Oh, you're actually right. It does fast fall. I never noticed that.
Yep. Only on the right side. Try it on the left side, you won't be an issue.
And on the left side, pressing slightly above the horizontal makes you jump.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, you have to jump as soon as you release ledge. Otherwise, you'll screw up your ledge.
Yeah.
So the inputs will be the same as long as you're not. Oh no, they're not the same. Damn, that's so weird. I think I'm gonna screw it up now after I know the difference.
I'll go ahead and send this to you, my edited version of it as well.
Oh yeah, please do. I think I want to make another feedback form of it, but
I've got, let me see if they responded to my feedback thread that I already sent. Because I sent fairly detailed feedback on this yesterday. Let's see. Yeah.
nice.
So I kind of explained the issue here. And I also have one other thing here. You know, let me... I'm gonna go ahead and exit out of my game too. I'm getting game audio in my background, so I'm gonna, let me see here.
We're gonna have to go back to Raymer versus Weishan at some point, though.
Oh yeah, definitely. Here in just a minute. So I also have a clip. Wait a minute. Did I clip it? Oh, so this kind of demonstrates if you're seeing my, are you seeing my screen right now on my Twitch?
Yeah, it's probably delayed, but I'm seeing it.
So if you see my Twitch, you can see my Twitch inside my Twitch. Let me full screen this. Oh, you won't be able to see it if I full screen it. Let me do.
Oh, that's the video. Why don't you send the link instead?
Like, what is
so
this?
I can watch it in real time.
Yeah, yeah.
Probably easier. For me, Twitch is probably like 20 seconds.
So this is what I submitted in the email as well. I submitted this clip, and I made another clip of what it looks like in the menus. Well, I don't think I clipped it yet. Let me look here. I saved what time it is. Let me go ahead and do it. While I'm going through all of this, let me go ahead and, so it's at 1:39 in yesterday's video.
It will be much easier to record if you had a program that shows the controller inputs on the screen. I can actually, there's actually something on OBS that you can use for that. If you want to make a thorough video about it.
Start this tourney. Had a little bit of a
although it has to be OBS
the
Studio, not
check-in was
Classic.
a little weird.
It has a thing where you can
Show your inputs.
Basically, yeah, it puts a controller on the screen. Let me see if I can get it. It's like browser view, and then you put a special address, and it shows a controller, and somehow it mimics the inputs that you make on yours.
Show so I can give them. I want to
You
really
have to add a
really have plenty of stuff to show them
I think it is
related to this.
Yeah.
When I go. Okay, give me a sec here. So I'm pulling this up. Let me see. How can I do this? Moving, you know, if I move directly to the side, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard actually. So if I move to the side and a little bit up, you know, it's fine. But if I do even the tiniest bit downward, it just drops like a rock. So I can be moving to the side. See, like, that was still to the side. I just, the slightest bit down. So I'm just finding this to make a clip. Fine. So you just gradually.
Oh shit! I was muted and I didn't notice. I was saying that if you could, you can make a browser source on OBS Studio, and it will show you the controller. Use that address.
And it just drops. It drops to a full diagonal immediately, like 1 degree below, directly horizontal. just drops
I just keep forgetting that
And the same
I have
thing if I'm
the
moving
microphone button
left,
mapped to Control
up
C.
just the
So whenever I
tiniest,
copy
well,
something,
it's not really
I end up
doing it
muting
now.
myself. It's silly.
It's especially bad there, though. Let's see. Yeah, see there it did it. You know, maybe it's not super consistent. It's really, really consistent. Shooting down from...
So you're saying there's also a
moving
problem
right,
on
though,
the
so, like,
with the cursor
and
moving
there
on the
it did it
menus.
again.
Yeah, it happens throughout the
This
app. It'll
diagonal
also
is
happen
just-
when you're navigating the menus.
There's no
like the like looking at the content and everything. Sometimes like if you're pressing to the right, it'll make you go down accidentally.
But
Yeah,
but when I
that's
go
pretty weird.
right and down is just
Must be
there's
something
only one angle,
about Unity,
you know.
I imagine.
It's straight diagonal.
Because aren't the other two
there's
games
no
made in Unity
leeway
as well?
between, you know, moving down a little bit. It's just
Like
either you're moving straight
Rivals
to
of
the right
Feather
or you're
and
just moving at a
Slap
full
City.
diagonal. And there, see, it did it again.
I
I'm
could be
moving straight to
mistaken,
the
though.
right. I'm moving straight to the left right now.
Okay, so let me find a good spot to clip this real quick.
I was moving straight. Well, I don't know. It's really inconsistent.
You should probably add the
moving.
browser search thing that I sent you, so that people can see how your controller, how you're moving the
I was
controller.
moving straight to the
Yeah.
left, just the tiniest angle up, and it shoots up. Yeah. So
I could see it on stream and tell you if it works.
between, you know, moving down a it's just there's no leeway. It's just straight to the diagonal, or well, I don't know. It's really inconsistent.
So I thought that it was because
up
they
from
had
the
the,
right,
the inputs mapped the wrong way, but maybe
when I
it's
go
something about
right and down,
the actual way
just,
it registers the
there's
inputs,
only one
the
angle,
angles.
you know. It's
Because
it's
there's
straight
no way that they
diagonal.
program the cursor.
There's no
that
leeway
way.
between, you know, moving down a little bit. It's just either you're moving straight to the
Has
right
to be-
or
has to
you're
be
just
Here,
something
give me 1 minute. I'm trying to listen to
And there,
myself
see, it did it
talk.
again.
Sorry.
I'm moving straight to the right.
I feel like an asshole
Right now.
saying that.
It's alright, I get you.
I was moving straight to the left, just the tiniest angle up, and it shoots up. Yeah. So that's what I'm talking about. Right. And there, it did it again. This diagonal is just there's no leeway. It's just straight to the diagonal, or well, I don't know. It's really inconsistent moving up from the right, but when I go right and down is just there's only one angle, you know. It's straight diagonal. There's no leeway between, you know, moving down a little bit. It's just either you're moving straight to the right or you're just moving at a full diagonal. And there, see, it did it again. I'm moving straight to the right. I'm moving straight to the left right now. I was moving straight to the left, just the tiniest angle up, and it shoots up. Yeah. So that's what I'm talking about. Right. And there, it did.
Okay. All right, creating the clip. Let me get this quickly uploaded to something where I can put this in the. Or you know what? Since I'm using Gmail, I can probably just attach the email.
You're sending an email to the WaveDash stuff, or
Yeah, I'm replying to my my email that I got from WaveDash based on the specific request that has all the other detailed information on it. So
I see. I didn't know you could get replies from feedback reports.
Yeah, if you check your email, every time you send in-game feedback, you'll get an email from them with the text of your thing, and it'll open a request number.
Nice.
So that's what I'm doing.
I've sent
4081.
like at least 10 feedbacks, so that's news to me. Must be on my spam or something.
Yeah, it's whatever email you use to sign up with, so.
It might have been my Hotmail.
Okay, let me write this real quick, and then we'll get back to the games.
That's weird. I don't see any emails. Must be, I don't know. Maybe there was a typo in one of them. I definitely don't have any response from them. In fact, all this time I was thinking that they didn't reply to feedback reports.
Yeah, usually they reply kind of with like a kind of automated reply saying, yeah, that they are reading it and that, you know, but occasionally they will actually come back and ask a specific question like, hey, do you experience this often? Or when exactly did this happen? Or, you know, something like that. Or can you explain steps to reproduce this? I don't know, whatever.
There has to be an issue with my account then, because I haven't gotten a single one. I really hope they haven't asked me about things like that, because I won't be able to reply then.
Thanks for your diagram. That really helped a lot because I was wanting to make something like that.
I think I muted myself again. So I was saying you're welcome. I was actually hoping it will help other people.
Yeah, right? Like, I really hope that this helps them. Unfortunately, it's not, you know, I'm sure it's not going to be in time for LTC, but, you know.
Yeah. It will probably take quite a bit of work. Oh, interesting. So Ruby was saying in the chat that to use the Google link to feedback forms, you don't get a reply. Only if you use the in-game one.
On the Google feedback forums?
Yeah, there's a link on the Discord.
Right. I don't think they have a way to reply to you through that though, because they don't know what account you are or whatever.
Makes sense. I thought they.
So they're not going to reply to you that way because I don't think they have a way to contact you. They don't have a way to know who's submitted it, and they can't ask you to log in or anything on a Google form.
True. If I'd known that, I probably would have sent everything through the game.
Yeah, so that's why I've been getting these feedbacks through the game. Here, give me 1 sec. Had to let my cat out.
So the Google one is anonymous. Weird.
Do what?
The Google link one is anonymous. It doesn't record your email.
Right. When you're using the Google Forms, because you know they don't. Google Forms is not going to send that because that would be really, really insecure to send that information through Google Forms. But so I mean, I'm used to sending in-game feedback because back in the day that's all we had. The Google Forms have only been around for maybe a couple months or so. You know, it was before you started, obviously, but yeah.
Makes me wonder why they added that when they could have just in-game one.
Well, because remember during the beta, you know, we could only play 1 day a week for a couple hours, and usually people wanted to just grind it out, you know, in game and then submit feedback after. But as soon as the servers went down, we couldn't submit feedback anymore. So that's why they added that option. In the early days, back when there wasn't hardly anybody, they actually had a channel in the old closed beta Discord specifically for giving feedback. But as they started inviting more and more people, that got really flooded really fast.
Yeah.
And there was some people being kind of toxic toward lower level players submitting feedback, and it was you know, lower level players come, you know, the usual stuff you see in general chat now, but it was noobs complaining in the official, you know, closed beta Discord feedback channel for the devs,
complaining, you know, for paragraphs about Raymer's projectiles or whatever bullshit, you know. So.
I mean, they still complain about me complaining about stuff, so I can see how it will be even worse for other people saying like, "Oh, Raymer spams too much. He's too annoying to play against." But yeah, giving public feedback is kind of a bit sensitive. Like you have opinions that people usually don't agree with. I still feel like Raymer could be a lot. Like he'll actually be balanced if his projectiles were better. Even if you had to take tools away like the Nair. I feel like I live for the snipes when I'm playing Raymer, and I'm not realized when I can only use them for edge guarding.
Okay. All right, so I've got a good email here sent with more information and putting that screenshot and everything, or the diagram. I've got 2 Twitch clips, and so yeah, I think this is about as good as I can do right now. Like, I would love to be able to sit down with somebody who's debugging this even and try to explain it if needed. You know, like I'm just like, I want this. I think it's so important that they fix this. But anyway, I've done my part for now. It is time to play some video games. You know what? One sec here. I think that other.
I also wish.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that I also wish I could help somehow with fixing. You feel kind of powerless when you know that they're the only ones that have the power for it.
Yeah. Okay, good. Okay. So, let me... Okay, good. Since it's happening, one thing that I was wondering, you know, the more I keep testing this is like, I talked to a few people like Wonder, right? He has not had this issue at all. He doesn't know what I'm talking about. Now Cicero does, being a high-level player, and he knows what I'm talking about, and he was explaining it, you know, explaining the issues that he was having. But Wonder doesn't know. But Wonder is using a GameCube controller.
Yeah, I think that's the explanation. The GameCube controllers have better, like just with the gates alone and the less sensitive angles.
Yeah.
It makes a difference.
Yeah.
Because I've talked about this with people on the discussion channel, and some of them have told me that they haven't seen the problem either. But then most of them are either new to the game or playing on a GameCube controller.
Yeah.
Maybe the GameCube controller has less angles, and that's the trick. Or maybe it's just more precise because it has more resistance to the stick. Also, yeah, you can add the controller to your screen if you want. I think it will look cool on the stream.
Yeah, it would be cool to see what buttons people are pressing. I need to look at some mods in general, see what kind of stuff that I can do. I'm starting to get to, like, I was looking I'm actually close to 50 followers. Like, I'm like, when did this happen? You know? Like, it's excited.
Yeah.
So, Hendren just popped in. Hey, Hendren. So, wow, I don't even know if you're still there. But it was like, I see you posted like 15 minutes ago on my stream, but we've been trying to debug some controller issues stuff. I was sending some feedback to the dev team. Anyway, I feel a little weird this being in the middle of my recording with my sets with GreenKnight, but you know what? Having it on YouTube might not be a bad idea either. So like if other people want to see it and try to, you know, submit feedback on this as well, do their own testing and stuff. Like, I think the community can help the Wavedash team so much, and in cases like these, I know there's certain things that to specifically put feedback in, especially in the early days and throughout, different things that I've submitted feedback in, and then like 2 weeks later, it was in the game, and I was like, heck yeah. I'm like, yeah, I had that. I hit that on the head, and they acted on it, and it's really great to see the response that the Wave Dash team gives to our feedback. It's really awesome.
I agree. I
Okay.
remember writing something like that and having them fix it like 2 weeks later too.
Yeah.
It's great.
And I'm sure I wasn't the only one, right? But does feel really good. I mean, that there's no better way to know that the development team is listening to you than for them to do exactly what you asked.
Exactly.
Like almost right away.
Or something similar, like something that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Do you have the same room up, or you want to create a room, or?
I made the same room, green.
Okay. Now, before we start, give me 1 sec. I need to get some water.
Sure.
I'm thirsty after all this analysis.
I'm playing Raymer. I still think that the character is very, very rig heavy for being a rushdown character. Like, I think to play Raymer efficiently, you have to know what people are gonna do. You have to punish that. Meanwhile, wait, and I just spun F strike, and that works. I bet the one person on chat will probably hate me for saying that.
Sorry, I can't hear you. I've got it on the headphones. I'll be right back.
No problem.
Okay, sorry about that. I am back.
Welcome back.
Alright. Yeah, a part of me wants to switch back to GameCube controller, so I don't have to deal with this, but I don't want to have to play with a GameCube controller. I like the way these controllers feel so much.
Yeah. It's the same issue I have. I remember how stiff the GameCube one felt, and I'm kinda lazy with my hands. I'd say I probably won't need any. I probably won't care if I'm just playing Weishan, because it's so much more comfortable.
Yeah. I'm ready.
Alright, did you in the room or?
I'm in the room and I'm ready.
Then I think the game's probably gonna disconnect me in a second.
Okay.
Because I didn't see you join. Agree to make each room that you make. Yep.
Okay, I'm still in the game, so if you need to restart, go ahead.
In the game, you mean?
I mean, I'm not disconnected. I left the room.
Alright.
1, go.
Okay, I'm gonna make the room then. Basically, when you get disconnected, the game doesn't tell you right away.
Yeah.
And if you join the room, it won't tell me that you joined. It'll just.
And I'm sure it's a bug, right? You know?
Yeah, something like that. It's up again. Then it will only tell you that you got disconnected if you leave the room and do something else in the game. I've had the issue where I invite people to play and suddenly they're in the room that I hosted, but I'm not in it. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, you created the room and stuff?
Yeah. Same stuff.
Okay, you see me now?
Yeah.
Alright, let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's get the music going. I'll try to focus a bit more this time.
3, 2, 1, go.
I can't believe that. Holy
Yeah, that worked really well. I didn't think it would hit me from that far.
shit. Me either. I just did it because I know that's the thing that works, but I wasn't expecting it to be there. It's kind of the same issue with Sana and her counter.
Good jab reset, yeah.
Yeah. If you don't DI, you get.
I don't normally see Wei's jab reset like that. See?
It basically happens if you don't DI your tech. If you fail the tech
Yeah.
and you didn't DI.
Right.
Honestly, I think it's dumb that you can get a free jab reset like that.
Well, it happens in every Smash game, though.
Yeah, but it's the way that you do it. It's like, oh shit, that reaches really far. It's like.
Well, you are Wei Shan. I mean, Raymer can jab reset with his bullets, so.
Yeah, but you actually have to aim for it.
Well, I mean, you have to aim and time it right with Wei Shan, too. It's not like it's, no skill involved.
Yeah. I was just jabbing. That's why I think there's no skill. Oh, I could have shielded that.
Yeah, that's one thing you definitely don't want to do with Wei Shan is use aerials off stage. Unless it's like back air, or maybe forward air.
It works if you do it well.
Just whatever you do, don't nair off stage.
Oh yeah.
You will die.
I've done it, don't worry.
Yeah, it really sucks when you get like pushed off and then accidentally nair because you were trying to do something else, like jab. They Mufasa'd me.
Reimer literally can't edge guard Wei-Shan.
Yeah, not close.
Yeah. If it's not a bullet, Reimer always puts himself at risk. I hate that.
Well, it's really important because if Reimer could edge guard Wei-Shan for that free, from really close too, like I mean, like he can already get a lot of really free edge guards on Reimer with his bullets.
Yeah.
See?
Oh, damn.
Player 2.
Basically. That's his only saving grace, though.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, no matter how you move to try to avoid it, it's still possible to shoot you, right? You know, and there comes a point where you're far enough away to where if you go, you know, if you fast fall or do too much trying to dodge the bullets, I mean, you won't be able to even get back to the ledge. So it's covering. Sometimes sniping, I feel like at a higher level is not about hitting you, killing you, edge guarding you. It's about covering options.
Yeah.
And if you cover one option, then they have to do something else, and then that puts them in a position to maybe be sniped again, or maybe be hit in some other way. And that's why I think, you know, a lot of high-level players say that Wei-Shan's sniping is just always just garbage in neutral, but there's definitely times where you can like use it to cover options in a certain way to where, you know, I mean, yeah, if they always do the optimal thing and just walk up slowly and shield right, then yeah, there's nothing you can do, and they maybe even can get a good oh crap, I thought I had a jump.
Did you notice how I interrupted your jabs with a grab?
Yeah.
I think Wei-Shan is the only one that can do that, because jabs normally counter grabs.
It depends. It totally depends on the frame data.
They say the grabs are equal, but I always felt like Reimer's grab is slower.
It's not. That is one thing that they normalize, is the grab speed to come out. But some jabs come out faster. Jabs are not normalized, so keep that in mind. Like, yeah. Reimer's jab is a lot slower than Ashani's, for example.
Oh, I actually wanted to drop and do a fair. That's one thing I've noticed. Sometimes when you want to do an aerial, you can end up, while dropping from a ledge, you can't, if you don't drop the ledge successfully, you don't move the attack. Bless you.
Yeah, thank you.
See, that's kind of lame. I can just.
I love it. Well, I wasn't doing the smart thing to avoid it. I was trying to beat it.
Right.
I love it when people don't DI it though, or that try to DI in the whole time, and you can just keep jabbing them over and over again with Wei-Shan. It's pretty hilarious.
Yeah. Oh damn it! I wasn't expecting that. Using yourself as a bullet.
Yeah. Bullets one way or another.
It's kind of like when you're playing Surong and I told you that she was a projectile-based character, but the projectile was herself pretty much.
Yeah. But yeah, now that I've labbed it out, why exactly the controls work the way they do, or what exactly the issue is, like, so many of my tech errors make so much more sense now.
Yeah.
Like, every single one of them that I thought was, well, you know, I'm starting to think maybe it was just me being bad all this time. But no, I'm like, you know, that actually is an issue. Because it's always throughout the game that these issues happen. Even in the menus, so that's when you know.
When it's consistent, you know there's something wrong. Okay. You got me. That forward tilt is pretty slow.
Player 2 wins.
Yeah.
I need to get used to not spamming it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Time for a strike stage. You know, Cicero told me that Surong side special actually reaches the
3,
the other person
1,
in Malu Malu.
go.
Like you can start the game by side special, with side special, and you can hit people with it. Oh.
See, I got a jab reset on you with my bullet and actually followed up with a grab. I don't think you can actually... I don't think that's actually a thing, though. I think it's just, like, your input was delayed a little bit.
Yeah, I think I could have countered.
Because normally I think you could have countered it, you could have hit me or something. Got him.
Okay, okay.
Raymer can kill fast on this stage, too. It's definitely not the end of the world. Also, like, there's some really ridiculous, like, if I get one, like, throw on you with bad DI or something, and then I can just, like, shoot you and you die. Like, if you fly off stage the wrong way with bad DI, even at low percent, I can just turn around and snipe you and you just die. I did that to a Zurong a while back on this stage, and it was just like, wow, he's dead at, like, 50 off the side of the stage. And it was an actual follow-up too. Like, he could not do anything. It was I think it was like a back throw or something where he DI'd bad.
I actually don't mind because it's Zurong. Everyone hates her.
I hate Kid more, but Zurong is pretty annoying.
Kid actually doesn't give me so much trouble, except when Ulsi's playing him.
Well, that's more the Ulsi matchup than the Kid matchup, but Kid is busted.
You think so?
Oh yeah, Kid is absolutely busted right now. Like, I'll tell you why. Look at the matchup charts. Seriously, like when you after this or whenever, are you familiar with those matchup charts that people made in Excel?
Yeah.
Or on Google Docs? Because if you look at all of them, like, just look at the overall colors, overall, on different matchup charts, like, you'll see there's a lot, you know, pretty balanced. There's some green, there's some orange, you know. Some characters, like Afi&Galu, have some really bad matchups and not really any good matchups. Same with Zana, have a lot of, like, kind of a little bit negative matchups, not so many good ones. Then look at Kid's matchup chart, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Kid does not have bad matchups, and that's the first sign of a busted character.
I mean, Kid still loses if you play it well, because his recovery is probably the worst.
His recovery is really good. I mean, you know, it's very punishable, much more than like Fox at least. But the thing is, and this is the big issue I have with Kid right now, is that, you know, playing Spaceys and Melee and PM, or whatever, you know, they're combo food, right? You play a character that combos well, you combo against them, and then you just get combos on them for days. Like, Marth Fox, like, Marth gets one hit and can literally just combo until he dies. Like, really, really easily. But it doesn't work that way with Kid. Kid has so much area mobility that he can get out of combos. He's like a Spacey that can't be comboed. And that is the big problem I have. And because he's so tiny compared to the other characters in this game, which a lot of the characters are so big, and he's so tiny, like, he gets out of hits, he gets out of chain combos, and he can escape from stuff. And then he has so many guaranteed things, like he still has his, like, guaranteed he has his guaranteed up throw, up air, you know, that's just free, no matter how you DI it at most percents. Like, the only option I have, even as floaty as Raymer is to jump, to double jump at certain percents, and maybe I have a chance of not getting hit by it.
I might actually learn to be consistent at punishing that down special, because you use it a lot. I feel like you use it more against Weishan than other characters. Like here. Oh, never mind.
It won't cover me if I actually sweet spot, though.
Yeah.
Or at least it shouldn't.
I think that's something I don't like currently about the game. That since sweet spots is so hard to do, people just charge strikes over the ledge, and it's no big deal.
Yeah, like the last week, the tournament that I lost to a Wei Shan that was just doing that. Like every time I was off stage, like he was the most F strike spammy Wei Shan I've ever seen, and it was infuriating. But he won because he did the easy thing, and he won because it's just that good.
Exactly.
So every time I was off stage, he would start charging F strike just every single time, and it worked. And I knew he was gonna do it, and I was like determined to beat it, you know. But
yeah,
as long as he starts it at the right time, there's like not a thing I can do. It doesn't matter how I get to the ledge or anything.
I've been having a bit of trouble getting used to doing combos in this game.
Yeah. I think the biggest problem that I have with Wei Shan's F strike is just that it hits so far behind him and stuff. So like, even if you can get like way behind his head, it'll still hit you and you die, and it's still like a super strong hitbox.
Did you see how that bullet missed me?
Yeah.
It went through me.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
There's something weird about the bullet hitboxes for sure. Oh.
That actually was not a double tap side special. Like I mean neutral special. I used one, I shot one, and then I waited a second, then I shot another one to cover where you fall. So like I use my bullets, I calculate. You know, it's not like I'm doing math in my head or something. I'm just, you know, kind of estimating and going as on the fly from experience. But I'm predicting where you're going to go, and I'm covering your options and making you go in certain directions. And then, like, once you've moved into that direction, based on my previous bullet, then like I know that you will get hit by this next one if I don't miss. You know, things like that.
Yep. No! Oh god, you still can't believe you survived that.
Player 2 wins.
I just started mashing up special, and I managed to get out of it.
I actually stole a game from someone that was hedgehogging me by doing that.
Yeah, I've done that with Wei Shan too. In fact, I should bust out my Wei Shan too for fun.
1 second.
His dittos are so fun.
Sorry, someone was knocking on my door.
No problem. I'm ready whenever you are.
So you're gonna try the Ditos? Wei Shan Ditos?
Yeah.
They're kinda awkward.
They're fun.
The big thing about Wei Shan combos is that you have to read people's DI. Like you can get, you can swing down throws if you know where
3,
they're behind
2,
or
1, go.
or aerials. You can keep juggling them, but it's definitely much harder than with other characters. And this is completely tough. Never mind. This is safe also. Retreating first, right?
Yeah.
Before there aren't many ways to punish this.
See how I got all the way through you with that?
Yeah.
Oh, you caught me.
Yeah.
Should have gone for on stage.
I literally cheese people with the jab reset trick and... Oh.
Do you like that? Oh crap! I have not played Wei at all today.
But yeah, I literally beat people in the Ditto by just doing jab resets and stuff like that. Or doing this.
Yeah. Wei Shan combos himself really well. So.
Yeah. Which is good because as long as if he can combo other characters too well.
Yeah.
at least you can get some cool play in the details, like with Raymer.
Well, I mean, he's combo food for everyone. Like he's just the kind of character that like you combo them like crazy or they combo you like crazy.
Yeah. I also feel like people don't expect me to be so far into the stage. Like that. People usually don't expect that to hit.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why he's so hard to edge guard. Because he can delay the up B for so long. Raymer especially, it takes a long while to get up and then grab ledge again.
Player 1.
I didn't DI well.
Rip. But yeah, Raymer especially, he has a lot of trouble edge hogging Wei Shan.
Well, edge hogging him, yeah. If you do it right, you can definitely do it, and you can. There's several ways to edge guard him. You can even beat his up special with your downer if you do it right. Like I got that on you that one time.
Yeah.
I'll have to clip it and put it in the Raymer Discord later, but
it just feels so difficult to do it.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it is really difficult. You have to do it at a very specific timing when he's rising up and the hitbox is a little weaker. And even then, you trade, you know. I mean, you trade,
Exactly.
You win the trade, but you do trade.
2, 1,
Yep.
go.
Wei Shan got something out of it. In that case. That thing has so much range, it's silly.
His down tilt has a ton of range, too. And you can run up and down tilt like that. Or wave dash in, down tilt. Wei Shan's wave dash is really good, by the way.
I know, I've been using it. Oh. I actually didn't mean to jump there, but ledge controls.
Oops, I reversed it. Also, his up tilt is nutty.
Yep, the up tilt is ridiculous. That also hits. I've been having so much fun doing dumb things with Wei Shan.
Yeah, he is a lot of fun. I love him. And you know the Ike main in us wants to at least try him, right?
Yeah.
Well, not really Ike main. He was never really more than... I mean, there was a period of time where he was possibly better than my Luigi at one point.
I mean, we played him for a whole 4-hour session, both of us.
Yeah.
I always feel like he will be my solid secondary. But now I'm kind of feeling like he might be my main. Because I can't play with Raymer the way I wanted to.
Yeah. I've actually, you know, part of the reason I've been talking so much about it and responding so much to you is I've kind of been conflicted in some of these ways too. But I think I've come to terms with it more recently because I'm like, you know what? I can still do all the crazy stuff that I want to do. I just need to, you know, be more careful about it and...
Yeah.
I need to, you know, be playing the game better. I can't just be spamming. I need to actually be smart about when I shoot. Because if they're close, or if it's like a Shawnee or Kid, like, and you start charging a bullet, and your opponent is smart, they will beat you every time. They'll just jump over you and whatever.
Oh, you got me.
I love that move.
It's such a shame it doesn't connect well into forward.
I really love, it's kind of a meme and it doesn't really work that well, but I love doing that! I got that on somebody once and immediately turned around, up special down and got the spike on the up special coming down. It was so amazing. They were just like, what the hell happened? I also love that Wei Shan has the prepare yourself taunt, just like Ike.
Yeah.
Hi, Fast Fell. I'm dead.
Is that what people say that he's a new version?
There's a new what?
like a new Ike.
Yeah. He's very much a very unique character though. I mean, as someone who's played Ike, you know, like you can definitely see the similarities, like it's definitely there, but he is a very different character.
Yeah. It's the playstyle that's similar.
Yeah. And of course, he doesn't have like the PM Ike jank, of course.
Yeah.
But I didn't expect that, you know. I was part of me was hoping his side special would be a very fast movement thing, but you know,
Yeah.
it's really not necessary. Project Tim is kind of busted about some things that it's like, you know, I feel like in a better game where we don't have Melee Fox and don't have to break things this much, it's not as big a deal.
I actually feel like Luigi plays like Raymer is a version of Luigi with better edgeguard tools, basically.
And actual range. I think he's closer to like Link.
Link.
Yeah.
That's a weird comparison.
Or like his nair, Raymer's nair is like Toon Link's nair. Like think about it.
You're
With
right.
with his feet shooting out to the front and then the back. I mean, it's the same as Tink using his sword on the front and then the back. And there's a lot of different moves. Like Raymer's F strike is very similar to not Toon Link, but old Link's F strike. F smash.
Yeah. I see the similarities for sure.
I mean, obviously he doesn't have bombs and boomerangs and shit. But he does have several different ways to shoot bullets, and he's got the range, and I think that's the closest comparison I think right now to Raymer. Oh, sorry.
It's fine. So I think the closest comparison I wanted to make with Luigi is specifically that the side special, the normal special, like his projectile, isn't very useful. That's what I wanted to point out, basically.
His side special, Raymer's side. I think I think you're really over exaggerating how useful. I mean, how it's incredible. It's incredibly useful. Even if you can't ever use it in neutral, it's an incredible move. Just imagine if you could use misfire on command, and it actually had a good hitbox. You know, I mean, like Luigi's side B is broken in a bad way, but it's mostly like the hitbox and its limitations on it, and you know.
Yeah. But I think comparing him to Link is actually makes more sense because you can actually use Link's projectiles in a similar way to Raymer.
Yeah, from a very long range, and in some ways he's kind of similar to Pit, you know.
Yeah.
But there's definitely some Luigi similarities as well.
I mean, he's greasy. You can't deny that.
He's definitely the greasiest character in this game so far.
So far.
I'm really looking forward to seeing the floaty, though. I'm really hoping that the Magic Girl has got gonna have some similarities to Zelda, because I played Zelda a lot in PM2, and I really love her playstyle. In fact, if I were to really get serious about Rivals of Aether, I would want to play, what's her name? The one that has like some Zelda stuff and Pikachu stuff.
I think you broke my shield with that.
Yeah, I did. Oh, I did. I mean, Wei Shan is a big boy. He has a big shield, but it's pretty easy to poke it.
Yeah.
Look at that. That was my F tilt.
Oh, you saved me.
I didn't expect that trajectory.
Oh, I thought I was jabbing, but never mind. Too slow.
I actually got to the ledge,
Yeah.
but now I'm dead.
I could have ledge hog, but I wanted to
Yeah.
try and get that.
Yeah.
Oh.
No!
That was almost dead anyway.
Yeah.
You could probably have killed me with a forward tilt.
Hey, I'm almost a beginner Wei Shan player. Because I haven't hardly played him since the game came out, so I'm not even at the beginner level yet.
Yeah.
I think one more game will do it if I win.
Probably.
I've been playing so much Raymer. Like I think I've got Zana to intermediate and Afi&Galu to intermediate because I got one of their vacation skins and it's just so adorable and everything they do is adorable and I just had to play them some. I played some Zoo. I think I might have got Zoo to intermediate as well, but I haven't done much Wei Shan yet. I feel like my Afi&Galu and my Zurong even maybe is better than my Wei Shan right now. Well, actually, I don't think my Zurong is that good. My Zana is though. I think Zana might actually be my second best character right now. She's just so easy. I can play her a little if you want. My Zana is a meme, but I've been getting a little better at doing like actual Zana things, you know. Aside from just like doing all the command grab shit.
I actually like playing with Zana when I'm playing Raymer.
Yeah, I do too. It's definitely, I think, a bad matchup for her. Not super bad. Not super bad by any means. Like, it's definitely winnable. But she does struggle. And his projectiles are very effective against her. Although she does have, I think, one of the best tools for fighting his projectile.
The jab though from Wei Shan is real. Especially the fact that you can get a free jab reset.
Yeah.
If people screw up. I actually do that a lot. In fact, I feel like the matches that I won on the tournament were for free because I was playing Wei Shan. Like all I did was predict what they were doing and forward strike, and I won. You can also do that if Wei Shan recovers high, but it. Oh, well, it won't work consistently. That's the thing.
Yeah, all I want, I haven't unlocked it yet. I might just go and buy it at some point, but I want his prepare yourself taunt, and then I just want to put that on like every button.
Damn.
Got him, fam.
Player 2 wins.
I didn't know you had another stock.
Yeah. I tried to get back to ledge with it, but it worked out.
Yeah, it worked out.
Yeah, let me try my Zana. I got my Wei Shan to beginner level.
Oh, I actually picked Wei Shan again.
That's fine. That's fine. We can do Wei Shan Zana.
I honestly think they should both Sana because she only has like 1 or 2 good matchups. Okay. I didn't know that worked. That's new. See, everything she does is interruptible by Wei Shan's most powerful attacks. It's unfair.
If you space it right, yeah, I think this is a really bad matchup. Not as bad as Afi&Galu trying to fight Wei Shan, but
true.
I mean,
she does have more range. But to be honest, Afi&Galu give me more trouble than Sana does.
Well, Afi&Galu, if they get in on you, it's really tough. But
yeah.
The high level Wei Shans, like Mr. Mime, like that sucks. That's that near death combo.
The thing that sucks is that their side special is so easy to counter.
Yeah.
You need to do it. Otherwise, you're not threatening the space
Yeah.
that Sana has. Look at that! Look at that!
Yeah, that was the counter.
The counter is super broken. You need to click that. That thing is gonna make Sana players cry.
Oh, they already know. Like Bumfalu I play with all the time. Like he complains so much about stuff like that.
Nope.
It's alright, I'm fine.
Nope.
It's alright, I'm fine.
Okay, you got me one time. I messed up.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't get my DI.
Okay. Good thing I recognize that.
Right?
Yeah. That's pretty much all you need to do against Ana. Use the eye out. And don't jump if she's gonna hit you with that. And then you win. You know, the side special is actually even better if they use it up in the air. I don't see many people using it.
Yeah, you can cover entire platform links with it.
Battle ended.
Basically.
Player 1 wins.
You can just cover tech certain positions, like if you put them in a tech scenario at the edge of a platform, you can cover every option they have if they tech, except for maybe not teching. You can cover every option they have with a side special.
Basically.
Because if they roll toward you, you'll still grab them.
And if they roll away, they will be. By the time you get there, they will,
Yeah.
they'll be.
2,
You know.
1, go.
See, that's what I want to do. My playstyle will be using projectiles everywhere. And I'll be
Let me show you how to beat the projectiles as Zana.
Okay. I mean, you can beat side special, but there's also this. You can't beat that with the counter.
There's other ways to beat that, and sometimes it will. Like if you block the first one and then counter the second one or something. I almost had it.
Yeah. I also keep forgetting that whenever I play Weishan, I keep forgetting that I can sweet spot with Raymer. And I end up recovering high out of habit.
Yeah, my Zana is especially nutty against the Raymer matchup because I know Raymer stuff so well.
Yeah.
And I've played against my friend Zana, Bamfalu's Zana so much, and seen what he does against Raymer.
You're close friends with Bamfalu?
Yeah, he actually got me into the beta. Yeah, he lives like right down the road from me. Like the first, a lot of times when we were having the beta weekends, like I'd go over to his house or he'd go over to my house and we'd play a lot.
Nice. I actually got in because of Feyre.
That's cool.
They are big players. Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, you got me there. I couldn't counter that low because if I did, I would have died anyway.
Yeah. Yep.
But if I'm high in the air, I can totally counter even in the air, in midair, to stop your edge guards.
You know, I've noticed the only free hit that Raymer has is this one. Retreating Fair. It's almost free.
Yeah.
I just need something to spam so I don't lose my mind when I'm playing. Wow! Okay. I honestly wasn't expecting that.
Don't get grabbed.
Right.
Yeah, I got the reverse ricochet maths on that one.
That ghost was crazy, yeah.
You got me. I tried to get too cocky there. Yeah, you can totally dash attack Zana and get through her counter and still hit her.
Oh. Whenever I do that on the ledge, it's because I try to ledge cancel it and it didn't work. Like that. That's actually really useful with Raymer because you cover half the stage.
Yes, it's really, really good.
But I don't think it makes up for not being able to spam this as much as I like.
Oh! What? I countered it. I countered it. I guess it still hit me somehow. I guess maybe it didn't quite come out. Maybe I pressed it a little too late. But I was totally just gonna counter it and then go right back to the stage. I guess I was like, oops. I accidentally left. Let me rejoin.
It's okay.
I hate that the button is like, if you press a button, you instantly leave. They'll fix that soon, I'm sure.
I really hope so. I mean, they're probably waiting to remake the entire menus. I've been thinking the game could benefit more from a regular lobby system. The one where you can see which rooms are open and such. And who made which room and whatever. As it is, needing a password is kind of weird when you're just waiting for someone.
Yeah. It's professional, but I wish there was a little easier way to do it. But there's definitely things that they know that they're going to work on and that they're already working on. They probably already have a fix for some of these things as well. Just take some time to test and make sure it's going to work before they give it to us.
Don't have been sick if it hit.
You see that? I was starting to get the confirmed combo with the Zana stuff.
But it's so DI dependent. And this, oh, you actually survived.
Yeah, I thought I was dead too. I didn't have time. I didn't have enough time to counter that one. Same.
This is also free.
Yep, it is.
Oh, you know, I feel like I combo better with Raymer than I do with Weishan.
You see, like he has really good moves, and there's a lot of stuff that can combo together.
You could actually. I shouldn't have shot there. They really need to fix her counter though.
Well, I think it's supposed to not always work. You know, I don't think it should be this free thing that always works. You know, it can be frustrating, but there's times where, like, I mean, how can she really grab you? I mean, yeah, she's countering. She doesn't get hit, like, you know, but if she's not in range of actually grabbing you, but then how, you know, what are you gonna teleport them over to her or what? You know, that would be pretty busted. I need to freaking kill you. You're at 180. What am I doing? I'm not even paying attention.
You're enjoying the Raymer gameplay.
Yes. I'm just gonna throw you and you'll die. Sometimes I'm so not used to having kill throws that sometimes, you know, playing so much Luigi in PM and other characters like Ike who don't have kill throws. Oh, it's good that you grabbed me, because I was trying to counter you.
Player 1 wins.
Yep. I figured you could try something like that, but probably a spot dodge would have been better. Now that I think about it.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. As Raymer, you don't have that many uses for the jab reset with the bullet, because then you have to.
You really don't.
Guess, you have to guess what they're gonna do after. If they know what to do, then you can get punished for it.
Right.
Are you gonna switch to your Raymer?
I can.
We should probably still get a couple games in.
Yeah, we should do at least some Raymer dittos.
Or I can keep going with Weishan, one or the other. I mean, originally I was trying to prove you that his neutral isn't good enough. Like, his tools aren't good enough to beat Ocean consistently. That's what I was trying to prove there. Of course, your Rimmer is so good that
Yeah.
you've been getting games annually.
Yeah.
I feel like if I were playing better, I could punish more of those things.
Yeah.
Especially
And you're
how-
definitely right, because I get punished pretty hard for some of the stuff that I do by high level players. But you still, even if, I mean, ultimately here's the thing. If you're really having doubts about Raymer's projectiles potential and high level play, go watch like the super high level Raymers, Tandoori, Sokoko Puffs, Azred. Watch what they do and see how much they use their the ricochet. It's really good. Even at the top levels of play, you know, it's something that, you know, and they'll use it more sparingly than I will, for sure.
Yeah.
But it's still a very vital part of his game that, like, his entire gameplay is based around, even at a high level. It's not like it ever gets to the point where this is something that you know, yeah, there's times where you don't want to use it, you want to be smart about it, but there's not ever going to be a point where, like, oh, well, you know, Ricochet just isn't good anymore. Like, that's, you know.
I've actually gotten matched with Sokoko Puffs a couple times in quick play.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's because of my MMR or just because of chance or win rate or whatever, but he almost doesn't use the projectiles in neutral unless he's punishing something.
Right, but again, like I'm saying, even if they don't use it in neutral, doesn't mean that the move doesn't have uses, right? Like, there's a whole lot more to the game than neutral.
Yeah.
And that's the important thing. That's the important thing to remember. You gotta use it for what it's designed to be used for, which is for punishing. Punishing for edge guarding, for connecting combos from way across the stage, you know. It's something to use once you have the advantage. It's not something you need to get the advantage with. Because he's got plenty of other really great tools for getting advantage from neutral.
I'm not so sure about that, honestly. His tools aren't better than the other characters.
Some of them are comparable. I mean, you still have the very high, you know, like, you have the noobs complaining about Raymer, right? The noobs complaining about Raymer's projectiles, whatever. But even top level players complain about Raymer sometimes. That was a pretty good snipe series, by the way. God. And then, but you'll see even top level players complain about Raymer. But they don't complain about his projectile, they complain about his normals. They complain about his nair, maybe even his back air, but especially like his side special, or I mean his down special, his good shit. His down, and especially his forward tilt. His forward tilt, I think, is the move that they complain about the most. It's his best tool in neutral. And the thing to remember is, like, coming from Luigi, it should be easy for you and me to tell, but just think about how much range his legs actually have in these moves. Just think about how much range he has, compared to, like, Luigi, compared to even Kid or Ashani. Like, Raymer's got some really nasty range.
Yeah.
Now, it's not as good as Wei Shan's, but it's some of the best disjoint in the game just for his normals.
Well, there's still the problem that you can't get them out.
That you can't get them what?
Like, you can't get them out. Like, I don't know if it works so well with Raymer, but I'm gonna try something.
Mm-hmm.
Try F-tilting me. I wanna show you how it can be punished, and it's very lame.
2, 1, go.
Like there. Actually...
Hold on, I'm lagging. Okay, now?
Yeah. This.
But I didn't do anything, though. I could have totally punished you from that.
I know, but just do it repeatedly.
See, I had plenty of time to. So let's try something else that I know works. So try this. Try doing it again. Well, no, just block like you were doing.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
You mean?
I did them reversed. But go ahead.
Let me shield. Let me recharge
Yeah.
my shield.
Here, you can try doing it on me.
No.
Okay.
You
You ready?
Go now. Yep.
It's my input issue. Try doing it on this side.
Well. You want me to do it on you? Okay, I was too close.
If you're too close, you can definitely get grabbed. But if you go with the right spacing, see, like, basically whatever I try to do.
You have to roll to finish.
Yeah.
See, it works.
Well, if you use down tilt, I mean, that's a different situation. That's not me punishing your F tilt. That's me punishing what you do after F tilt, right? So, like, if you react, so like if I roll, so like try doing it. I'll try shielding, and I'll try doing this again. So try doing that punish on it. Go ahead.
You can turn around and grab. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
It's hard to do though. Yep, that. I just don't think it's enough, that's all. Oh shit, nice snipe. I think they should really buff the projectiles. Even if they have to fuck up the rest of the game. Okay, serious game now?
I would much rather the projectiles be balanced, which I think they are pretty balanced right now. You know? If you make them faster, it would make it unfun, it would make it free, it would make certain things just really, really ridiculous. I think what they've got right now is about perfect.
I'm not sure what they should do then, but I think they need to do something. Because he doesn't feel like a Sonar character. If you know
He's not supposed to be, and that's one of the big pitfalls. That's one of the big issues that people have with Raymer on both sides. Whether they're upset about trying to play Raymer, whether they're upset about, you know, Raymer doesn't fall into regular, you know, stereotypes of characters. He's his own character. He's very unique. Like, he kind of has zoning tools, but his zoning tools are not related to his projectile as much. You know, he has mid-range zoning tools as well.
Like his F tilt?
Like his F tilt, like his forward air, his neutral air.
I don't like his neutral air. It's very hard to get out. Like, you have to make sure you're not even putting any direction.
I can tell you right now, I do so much damage with his neutral. You know how Luigi, you know, maybe he might only get a few hits in, but the hits that he does will do a ton of damage a lot of times.
Problem is, I have trouble getting the nair out with momentum, like here. Instead of
Try dropping from platform and nairing. Like, that's really got me a lot of mileage. Especially if you like waveland and immediately drop nair.
You think that helps?
Oh yeah. I mean, not always. There's never, you know, always a solution. You can also like wave dash off a platform nair. But like coming from the platform height and falling with it, I think is when it's best. Falling into your nair. You don't really want to use it as an approach too much. You're using it when you're kind of like falling on top of them.
Yeah.
And even if they shield it, it'll do like half their shield and damage to their shield.
Not that it does much good. I was talking to Ira earlier about how Raymer doesn't get much from depleting people's shields.
He doesn't.
Like,
but at least, hey, at minimum, it means if you get a nair on their shield, it means they can't shield gust you anymore. Right?
Yeah,
at least not for a few minutes.
For a couple seconds.
Yeah.
The only advantage though is if you are able to like, you see how people instantly react to dash attack by shielding?
Yeah.
If your shield is low, you can technically poke them if they're not holding it down like this.
Yeah.
That's the only.
But that's with literally every dash attack though. And not only in this game, in PM melee, dash attacks are almost always incredibly punishable on shield.
Yeah, but I think they should give him better.
Raymer also has like his down strike is great for edge guarding. I need to be using it a lot more. His down strike and his down tilt too.
I just think they need to give him better shield poking ability, so you can actually make use of depleting people's shields with bullets. Like, you don't get any advantage.
Don't get me wrong, I think Raymer could use some work, but I don't at all think he's underpowered right now. I think he's balanced overall. If they give him something new, they need to take something away a little bit, or, you know, maybe make his forward tilt not quite as good, you know, something like that.
Yeah, I will be fine with them taking the Nair. The move is
reducing damage on Nair, for example. You know, they've got to do something to even things out. And I agree, Raymer could use some work. They do have a rework in the process, I think, for Raymer.
Well, hear me out. I think that the Nair actually hurts his game. Like, it makes it. Oh, I got disconnected. So, I feel like. Are you making the room this time? So I feel like using Nair takes away the. When you're tech chasing people with Nair, you don't have a reason to do fair or back.
I don't really tech chase with Nair that much. I mean, it is. I think it is a decent tech chase option.
It's the best one he has. That's the thing that I don't like.
I don't.
Because it hits both sides.
I don't know about that. I mean, it depends on the situation. I think it is a really good tech chase option anyway. I mean, I'm not an expert on tech chasing. I'm kind of learning how to tech chase in this game for the first time in my career, for the most part. So.
It's like on platforms.
Yeah.
I mean, on the ground, it's not a good option. But if you throw someone on a platform, you don't have any reason to use fair or back air unless you let's cancel.
I use fair all the time. If I
know. And the problem is that I do too, but then I play Sokoko Box, and he doesn't. All he does is Nair.
Well, that's because Nair is really good.
I know, but that's the problem, in my opinion.
I mean, yeah. So yeah, if Nair needs to be nerfed, you know, and I get that, you know, I understand. Again, I'm not saying that Raymer doesn't need work. I think it absolutely does need work. I'm just saying I don't think he's underpowered. Because what you're describing right now, you're saying that his Nair is too powerful, which I kind of agree with. I kind of agree with that, you know?
I think he should have better reasons to use his other aerials.
But again, this isn't an issue with Raymer being weak. This is an issue with him being too strong. Like with his normals being too strong.
Well, I think
and maybe his other normals could be a little stronger to compensate. You know, I think his fair could be tweaked to be a little bit better. You know, make it chain a little easier into the 2 hits. You know, stuff like that. It's really easy to SDI out of the first hit.
I think the thing that makes him underpowered is the projectiles. Because sure, it gives him a great advantage on edge guarding, but getting to the point where you can edge guard someone with his tools.
Again, he was never supposed to use his ricochet as a tool to start combos or to win neutral. That was never the intention. And he's perfectly fine. He has a perfectly good neutral without it. He has lots of really good moves.
The only problem I see with that is that people keep saying that you have to use the projectiles to condition people, but it doesn't work. So if people say he has to play one way and you can't do it...
Well, conditioning is a very, very different thing than winning neutral, right? Like, conditioning is doing certain options to convince them that you're going to continue doing it, and then when they learn how to beat it, then you do something different. You know, that's a different.
Oh shit, that was good timing. So yeah, that's basically it. They say that you have to use the projectiles just to get people conditioned to work
Again,
against the
again, at a high level, what I'm saying is, projectiles are not so much about hitting people. Your ricochet is not so much about hitting people, about killing them in one hit or whatever. It's about covering options, and conditioning is a part of that. And there's a certain extent where that works in neutral too, to a certain extent.
The problem that I see is that only works in edge guard situations.
No.
In neutral, you can.
It works in plenty of other situations. It works on the stage. It works when you grab them and get an F throw, and then you shoot them, and then they go farther off stage, and then they weren't in an edge guard situation, but now they are, and now you can keep shooting. It works when you get a lot of other stuff. It works when they're way across the stage as a slow character, and you know, it works when they're trying to punish you with a slow move from far away, and you can just shoot them instead. When they're in end lag, you know?
Yeah.
Keep in mind that neutral only exists when both players are in an equal state and are not doing anything. As soon as one player starts a move, it's not neutral anymore. Because one player has an advantage, because the move that player is using is either going to give them an advantage because it'll hit, or it's going to give them a disadvantage because it'll miss, and now they're vulnerable. So that's not neutral anymore.
So you think Raymer has an advantage in like, if you're being punished, do you think Raymer has an advantage there? Because that's the only reason I can think of why you'll justify having a character that can't win neutral all the time. Like, he depends on, like with worse neutral tools.
No character should be able to win neutral all the time, and some characters are better at neutral than others. Like Luigi's neutral is insane, right? But his combo game is not very good. He has very low range. He has, like, you know, him being good at neutral is the only way he can have a chance. But Raymer, not only does he have neutral options, but he has his long-range projectiles to zone people, to get edge guards, and all kinds of stuff. See, stuff like that. That was really good. You covered my options. You made me use my jump to avoid your first shot, and then you hit me, and I didn't really. The only thing I could have done to avoid it is maybe air dodge or fast fall.
Yeah. Or get into.
Or maybe start early with a down special, but then you would have been able to punish that. So I mean,
switch situation.
Yeah, go ahead. But I mean, at the end of the day, if you're not having fun with Raymer, if Raymer turns out to be, you know, and you decide that that's not the character you want to play, by all means, pick another character, you know, play another. There's nothing wrong with trying other characters, playing other characters, and it's still very early in the meta. So there's still plenty of time for you to pick a main. And we've got not only the Mage Girl coming up very soon, probably in the next month or two at the latest. I expect by the end of August, I expect we to have her. But they've already got up to 12, 13, maybe 14 characters that are already lined up all together that are ready. I mean, they're not ready yet, but they're working on them. So there's plenty of time to pick a main, and a part of me has been wondering, you know, ever since I saw them talk about the floaty, I'm like, yes, this is the character I've always wanted, and you know, maybe I even end up dropping Raymer for her. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, who knows?
Or at the least, maybe she'll be a good solid secondary for me, because I don't really have one right now.
That's a good way to finish the forward tilt. Probably the only one. Oh. Can't believe that hit me.
Got that edge hog.
I need to buy that one. But isn't it like 1,000 Spectra?
Yeah, it is. I got lucky and dropped it out of a pack. And that was one of the... Of course, I did buy some packs initially. So it's not like, you know, that's where I got most of the stuff that I have. But,
oh, nice. You read that or reacted. I just like seeing games like chess, and I think Raymer needs to put a lot more work than other characters. That's all.
KO.
And I'm not enjoying that too much.
Well, keep in mind as well, and this is something really important. No matter what character you play, they're going to have big weaknesses that feel like need to be worked on. They're going to have times where you get tired of playing them, where you get really annoyed about certain things, you know? They're going to get old, you're going to want to do something else, you know? So no matter what character you play, you know, every character's got stuff they need to work on too, and every character's got stuff that, you know, they are working on and they will work on. The game's going to change a whole lot in the next year or two. I busted out the lamer there. But it's just because I knew all 3 shots would hit, and I just felt like going for it. Wei Shan is such a huge target, so like, you know, people think that this matchup is really bad for Raymer, and I think it is. Ultimately, I think it is in Wei Shan's favor at a high level. But this is mostly, it's a really, really volatile matchup, because they both just annihilate each other.
Well, to that sense, you can actually have fun with both. As long as you don't mind having theoretical disadvantages and all that.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely beat my down special that time.
I'm supposed to be able to do this all the time.
Yeah.
And it gives me a huge advantage.
Player 1 wins.
Yeah.
And I think Raymer really depends on his down special.
Well, right now I depend on it more than I should because I don't ledge dash.
Yeah, you know what's the worst part about it? You can actually react to the down special and use Wei Shan's down special. And
oh yeah, absolutely, because it's a slow move. Ultimately, Wei Shan is the kind of character where he's reading you, he's reacting to you, and all of his stuff is pretty slow. But, you know, he's a power heavy hitting character that only needs to hit you a few times.
Yeah.
And has a ton of range, so it's very easy to punish your approach, punish your misses and stuff.
Go.
I love that move so much. Could you imagine if it command grabbed through shields? That would be so stupid.
I'm telling you, your projectiles are useless against me. Useless. That's what should happen against any good player. In neutral, your projectiles won't do anything. And I really don't like that. So I might be dropping Raymer for good if it doesn't change.
Well, feel free, but his bullets, if his bullets could win against high-level players in neutral, that would be a very bad thing. That would mean that they're way too powerful, because his bullets do so much already that if they did that too, like, his bullets have so many uses that if they won neutral as well, you know, against a good player that knows how to fight it, that's predicting what you're doing and reacting to it. But see, look at that. You were almost at sweet spot range, and I was able to shoot you.
But I'm not saying the bullets alone should win neutral. I'm just saying that you should react to what people do to dodge the bullets, and it will make for a more balanced neutral for Raymer. Like, if you were able to punish me jumping like that, you will force me to approach on the ground, and then you will be able to get an advantage from that.
Yeah, yeah. And it's definitely a thing.
You only get an advantage if you force people to approach on the ground. Like that. You can grab.
But because you shielded it, because you were shielding, I could run up and grab you too.
Yeah.
So part of it's... I know if you reacted fast enough, I wouldn't be able to, but...
No, the problem is that if I'm close, I'm never going to approach on the ground because I know that. Okay,
See, you're just dead. See, you're just dead. That was my forward throw into 2 projectiles. And I almost hit with the third one.
The thing that I'm trying to say is that if people know about Raymer's projectiles and how they work, they will never approach on the ground because that's the only thing you can punish, you know?
Yeah.
Player 2 wins.
Just the thing, ultimately the thing I would recommend, I know we've been going back and forth. I know we've been going back and forth on this. But ultimately the thing I'd ask you to take home is just to think about, just think about what percentage of Raymer's play do you think should focus around his projectile, if that makes sense.
I mean, it doesn't seem like they do good. They do good at any percent.
I mean, I'm not asking. I'm not talking about damage percent. I'm talking about how much of what Raymer does throughout the match do you think should be relying on his projectiles? I'm not asking as a question. I'm just asking to think about it. Think about how all of the other moves that Raymer has, and to think about, you know, how much you should think that his projectiles should be relevant, and how much you think that he should be using other moves and stuff, because he has more than one move. He has a lot more than one move, and he has a whole lot of really good moves. So,
Yeah.
no one move should be able to do everything, and that's ultimately the point I'm trying to make.
That said, there are moves that have become useless against certain characters. For example, down special becomes useless against Wei Shan. And that's one of his big recovery tools in the game.
Again, I think you're looking at this as being black and white, is that there's only one answer, you know? There's one thing, like if this wins, then don't ever do it. But there's a whole lot more than that goes into the game. And that's also why I think that even the top level players that say that Raymer's Ricochet is bad in neutral, I don't think that's always the case. I think there's definitely uses for it in the right situation, because not everyone plays the same way, not everyone does the same things, not everyone, it's an option. And there you can punish different things that different people react in different ways with it. That's all. Everything in balance, you know?
Yeah, kind of. I think it certainly makes him a less effective character. At least the way I play him.
Yeah.
Some people make up for it in other ways.
So I'm gonna. Anyway, we've talked about this a lot. I'm gonna tangent away a little bit. So Shakes is on my stream, and he said, "Fuck this matchup." I kind of agree with you there. It feels really bad for both of these characters, honestly, because they just annihilate each other so much. Like there's Raymers that think that Wei Shan super wins this by +2, and there's Wei Shans that think that that Raymer wins this +2 or more. It's just a really brutal, volatile matchup.
To be fair, I think the Wei Shans that haven't... I failed 2 edge guards already. I think the Wei Shans that think that they lose is because they don't know how to counter the projectile yet.
And then somebody named Eat Your Veggies Kid came on and said, "What's your favorite vegetable?"
So random.
One of my favorite vegetables is probably broccoli. I like lots of vegetables, though. I'm good at eating my veggies. Of course, I'm also not a kid, so.
Sorry, I'm a sucker for...
Broccoli is toasty. And you're right, other person on my stream that I can't quite make your name out. But this is not Slap City, that's correct. He just came on and said, "This isn't Slap City."
Okay, battle ended. Player 2 wins.
So yeah, if you see the matchup chart, I actually changed my opinion to Wei Shan winning up with +3.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I have Wei Shan winning as +1 only.
Well, we'll see as time advances. Maybe people will prove me.
I think the main reason that the main reason Mr. Mime
One, go.
Thinks this is such a ridiculously winning matchup for Wei Shan is I think because there aren't enough Ramers that can stand against him right now. Like, Mr. Mime is just way too flippin' good. In general.
There should be better Ramer players.
I think Mr. Mime has a +2 in the everyone matchup. Yeah, good stuff. I definitely should not be using it that way.
Yeah.
I mean, ultimately, that's a thing that's, you know, that's a bad habit of mine that I use it too much, and it's definitely very punishable if people know it's coming.
I think Ramer depends on that, so he's not. I think
He doesn't depend on it super much. Like, there's a lot of options of Ramer. Ramer has a really good recovery. He has a whole lot of recovery tools, and that was really bad. Yeah, I did not expect to die. Whoops. But see, I used it low there. I used it to get to ledge, and it worked.
Also, another thing that annoys me, the F strike reaches under ledge.
See how you started that F strike from far away? Of course, that puts you very much not in neutral. But if I see you use an F strike from far away, I can react to it and just shoot you.
That's also annoying that you can do that and invalidate Ramer edge guarding you. Like, Wei Shan can react to you trying to drop to the ledge and hit you before you being able to grab ledge. Even if you have perfect timing, he can do that. And they will do that a lot. It's the Wei Shan that learned those tricks that keep beating me as Ramer. So, I tried to do that and got a crouch.
Another important thing to take home is that every move can be beaten by every character. If you do it the right way. You know? Remember, a move, nothing is free in this game. Nothing is free. Every move can be beaten by every character if you use it at the wrong time, if they react to it in the right way, or whatever. Whatever it may be, if they read you doing it, if they use the right move. Like, there's something that they can do, you know?
There's definitely some options that are kind of free like this. Especially aerials. Like how Afi&Galu they can use backer on your shield and you can't grab it out of it.
Like, most of Wei Shan's moves are not safe on shield, so if you just block, you can come up and punish him a lot of times, if you can get close enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it too high. But I can go up like that. Both of these characters are really, really good at edge guarding as well.
Player one wins.
Yeah. That's one thing that Ramer has. He's sick at edge guarding.
Yeah.
I imagine he's gonna be OP at 2 versus 2. Or like, he's gonna be super good.
Yeah. And even not using his projectile, he's really good at edge guarding. Because remember, he has down strike. He has down tilt. He has, really good grab to punish from them hanging on the ledge. Yeah, down air too. Down air to just spike and they just die. So.
It's kind of rough to use, but it works if you predict stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these
like,
are...
I've only gotten... In a couple of weeks, I've only gotten 1 down air.
Two,
Yeah.
The one that I got earlier than you. And that's pretty much it.
That was 26%.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
Now 69%.
Sometimes
And
I
now
think
you're, I think, dead. Yeah. Well, I messed it up, but...
I get what you mean. If you actually manage to win neutral, Raymer can be pretty powerful. Because of that.
That you had enough damage where I would just kill you. There's also a lot of options that Raymer's down special provides, because you can get the dash into a roll from it, and then you can win in situations where it wouldn't otherwise. Raymer's get up attack is super good too.
Wish and his hurt boxes get super weird when he strikes.
Yeah.
Because if you throw a ricochet on his feet, it doesn't hit. But other attacks can trade with it, and it's really weird.
Ah, good stuff. Good stuff. Especially on Malu Malu, like, you can just kill me so easily. Of course, I can kill you really easily too, but...
Yeah.
Did you not have a jump there?
No, I tried to use up B and got side B. The usual.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. I should have used this.
Well, if I'll get off the platform...
Wow, that hit really far.
Yeah, I almost just died there. I can't ledge dash.
All you gotta do is practice it and get it in the angles where the game wants you to get them. Oh, weird. I should have recovered.
Got him.
There.
Gotcha. These are some pretty close games now. Now that we got a feel for each other with these with the Wei Shan matchup.
I still think I could do a bit better.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I could too. We've both got a lot of room to grow. You've definitely grown really fast though.
I'm actually gonna change the song that I was listening to. See if that helps.
Sure.
Three, two, one, go.
You tried to chase me there.
Oh my god. Keeps happening.
Sorry, I keep forgetting that that's a thing.
Yeah. I didn't sweet spot that. I went too high. Good timing.
I mean, I don't feel good for doing it, to be honest.
Well,
Because
hey,
it's kinda free.
it was really good. It's not free. That's what I'm saying. It's because I didn't sweet spot. If I actually sweet now your F strike will definitely hit me, but not your neutral special. Not if I sweet spot.
I don't think the F strike should hit there though. Because that's the only move in the game that does so.
It's not the only move that hits under the ledge, for sure.
It's not?
I mean, heck, Raymer's down strike does. Raymer's down tilt does. It literally covers the ledge grab range.
No, you can sweet spot under those.
No, you can't. Not if you time it right.
No, you can't.
It's hard to time it right because the hitboxes don't last very long, but you can totally hit them if you time it right.
If you're right about that, that would be huge.
It is. That's why I need to be using it a lot more. Like against Zana, for example. Try just down tilt every time she comes up to the ledge. Just be here and just down tilt. It will work every single time unless you mess up.
Alright.
If she goes for sweet spot. That's why I'm saying his normals are really good, and not just one of them either.
I don't know how that didn't hit you.
That almost hit. Okay, that works.
That's also the first time I've seen that happening. That down air innovation.
Yeah. Here, one sec. My cat is trying to get in.
Right.
If you've been hearing a scratching sound, that's her scratching at the window over here. Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
On my way to being a master Raymer. Once I hit that, I'll have to put it on my stream for the day. I'll be like, official master of Raymer or something.
Like a degree of some kind.
Hey, it says it in the game. It must be true. What's up, Grandurity?
3, 2, 1,
Hey.
go.
There's one thing that you have to learn to deal with Wei Shen. It's actually not as free as it might seem, but they basically just start doing this and hoping from.
Oh, right, you're Cicero. Yeah. So sorry, I'm talking to Cicero joined my stream.
Nice.
Yeah, so Cicero, since you're here, I know you were one I was talking to about the angle issues with getting the tourney winner on the ledge and everything. So me and GreenKnight were labbing it out. He made a little diagram and we worked and kind of improved it and stuff. I think we understand like exactly what the issue, because like it seems to only be with like Xbox, PS3, like controllers like that are through USB on the controller. This doesn't seem to be an issue with GameCube controllers. Here, let me just bring up the diagram for him. I just want to show real quick, since we made this. And see if it kind of matches up with your experiences.
I think it's pretty accurate, the one you made.
Yeah. So this is when you're hanging onto the ledge on the left side. And so like if you press even a tiny degree angle above horizontal, then it makes you jump. So you have to do like downward a little bit to drop from ledge. But on the right side, it's different. It's lopsided. So like the coverage on the right side, if you press even just a tiny bit below, below the horizontal, then you actually fast fall. You not only drop from ledge, but you fast fall. Try it sometime. Like if you're on the right side of the ledge, try dropping off, like using an aerial or something, but try doing it without fast falling. It's actually like you'll end up fast falling a lot if you press downward. So it's kind of a lopsided thing where the angle is like kind of tilted like this. It's like this is like the center or something. Yeah, this isn't as noticeable. This also, and something that I've realized is it's through every aspect of the game. Everything from in-game menus, pressing right and occasionally it going down, to when you're on the character select screen, pressing to the right and suddenly the cursor shooting down, to when you're in game, you're pressing to the right, and occasionally, like, if you're just like walking, like try to walk just gradually to the right, your character will start ducking occasionally. So I think ultimately the heart of the issue is that this is a lopsided thing where it's directly like this angle doesn't exist. These gradual angles don't exist. It's either directly horizontal or directly diagonal. And these angles don't exist. It's either directly horizontal or directly diagonal down. But it's not the same on the reverse, you know. It's the angles, the upward angles on the left side are screwed up, and the downward angles on the right side are screwed up. Yeah. And GreenKnight, he was testing it on his end too, and he saw the same thing happening. So I was putting a detailed bug report in, and I think that now that we've kind of ironed it out, yes, and I just sent this to the devs just the other day. I mean, just like an hour ago at the most. We've been playing games and stuff, but and then so I think ultimately this is the issue here, and again, this is only for like Xbox, PS4 controllers that we know of. I'm using an Xbox One. I know it was the same with an Xbox 360. But other people I've talked to are using PS3, PS4 controllers having that issue. GreenKnight's using a PS3 controller. He has the same issue. And then, but GameCube controllers, this isn't an issue. They have GameCube controllers down pat as long as there's springs in the triggers, you know. And then, but the issue with, yeah, it doesn't happen on GameCube controller at all. That's why, like, Wonder, I was trying to talk to Wonder about this, and he was like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, he didn't understand. Like, he's like, that's so weird, I've never had that issue. But I talked to you, and you immediately were like, oh, yeah, you can't press even a tiny degree above. So I'm like, man, this is something that other people are experiencing. And I know, this has been in the game for a long time. Right? I've noticed this inconsistency for a long time. And it's not just icon to an extent. So, I took it to another level yesterday, and I tested this out in Rivals of Aether and in Slap City, both. It happens on the character select screen and in the menus in those games. In Rivals of Aether and in... So this isn't something that's only an issue in icons. However, in the gameplay for Rivals of Aether, in the gameplay for Slap City, they have fixed it. Whatever code they put in place, they have normalized it so it doesn't affect gameplay. Yeah, it seems like it's actually an issue maybe with the default drivers for these controllers. And I don't know, maybe it's only on certain versions of Windows, maybe it's only, you know, without certain updates, I don't know. But it's an issue in those games, however, it's not an issue in gameplay. It only happens in the menus, and that's why, like, people don't really complain about it. Because I have noticed, like, it's a little wonky, you know. But whatever they're doing, both of those games have some kind of code in place to fix it for gameplay. So, and it's really weird, too, right? Because, like, I thought maybe that this was a Unity thing, because that's what Icons is based on. But apparently not. Apparently not, because you know, like, Rivals of Aether is freaking game maker. Like, to have the same issue in Game Maker as you have in as in Unity is like, that is whack. You know, like, it's got to be something with the actual software drivers.
Yeah.
Or something like that. So, maybe DirectX. Yeah, I don't know. But ultimately, there is a fix for it, and it is in place in Rivals and in Slap City, but it's not in Icons. And if they can pin this down, hopefully, maybe this is the final thing they needed to figure out what's going on here. And that's why it's so confusing. That's what throws people off so much, right? Because it's lopsided. It's not the same on both sides. And it's also not super consistent. Like, sometimes you can, occasionally, in the menus, you can get, like, these angles here in between. You can go very slightly to the, you know, to the right and very slightly downward or something. It's rare with this one. With this one, like, I was able to do it, you know, sometimes. It's a really wonky thing, I guess, with either the software or maybe even on the hardware level. I don't know. But ultimately, based on testing in Rivals and Slap City, does seem to be a way to fix it. So hopefully they can get on that and figure it out. I'll also I'll be happy to post this elsewhere. I might make a thread about it in tech support to further this. I don't know. I mean, I feel like the tech support channel on Icons Discord should mostly be for people who are, you know, having issues playing the game, having issues with the controllers. I don't know. Like, I've submitted feedback. Feel free to do your own testing and stuff and see if it confirms, because ultimately I think this was the key, right? Because people thought that it was the same on both sides, and I did for a while too, and then I realized, wait a minute. So, like, and this manifests in every aspect of the game. So, like, I've noticed, and if I really, now that I understand how it works, I've realized, like, wow, I up special to the left by accident so much, but I never do it to the right. I never do it to the right. And I down special to the left, to the right, so much. And sometimes I do it to the right, but it's when I'm trying to aim to the left, right? So, like, when I down special off stage to the left with Raymer, it's because I'm short hopping and trying to aim to the right, but I'm getting this angle here. I'm getting this slightly downward angle, and it makes me down special off the stage and I die. And I've known recently that something was majorly up. I've known that something was majorly up because it's actually been affecting my Project M gameplay. Like, I've been playing this game so much. I have been changing the way I use the control stick so much to avoid this issue over time that it affects me in Project M. Like, I have started using the wrong specials occasionally in Project M. Like, I never used to do that. I never used to use up special by accidentally instead of side special. I mean, I would occasionally, but, like, I knew it was my bad, right? But then I've started doing it by accident, and I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here? But there's something that's really whack about this. And I don't think it affects any other angles. I don't think it affects these downward diagonals at all. I don't think it affects the upward diagonals at all. It's only this one and this one that are busted. That this entire range here doesn't exist for the most part, and it's either straight horizontal or straight diagonal. And the same on this side, these angles don't exist, it's straight horizontal, straight diagonal. So, anyway, thanks for popping in. GreenKnight, if you're still there, let's see. Yeah, I'm so glad to at least finally have pinned this down because this has been bothering me for so long. It's just so weird. And you know, when I first started realizing it was lopsided, I thought, well, maybe I'm just not holding the control stick right, you know? Maybe because this is at an angle, you know? Maybe my hand is at an angle and I'm using the control stick, like, you know, this becomes my default directions, kind of more closer to the diagonal after using the GameCube controller because it's more straight. But after thoroughly testing, that's not it at all. It's that these angles just don't exist at all. So, cause try doing it. Try in the character select screen. This is the surefire way to know that it's a thing. Try in the character select screen. Try holding to the right. Try to do a right and just very, very slightly downward angle. You can't do it. You either go right, and then it zooms down at a straight diagonal, you know, 45-degree angle. There's no in between. There's no in between at all. And that's the issue. Anyway, I'm gonna jump back into games whenever GreenKnight is back. Play a few more games, and then I probably gotta call it a night because I gotta work in the morning. But thanks for stopping in. I'm glad I was able to share this with you because I know I talked to you specifically about this the other day. I mean, heck, I would be happy to even sit down with one of their devs that's trying to debug this and explain it to them. You know, like, if I get the chance. I don't know. I would be happy to get on a call with them and talk to them, talk it through. But I think with the diagram and with the, you know, other stuff, I think we're doing good. Yeah. Yeah, he'll be ready in a sec. We'll jump in a few games. I will be at Low Tier City because it's a 30-minute drive from me, and I'm hosting a 4 shakes and loyal at my apartment. So it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be so dope. I'm gonna be so happy to meet all these people. That is a really good idea. I should totally sit down and talk to a couple devs about this while I'm there. That is a really good idea. Maybe I should even fucking print this diagram and just bring a piece of paper to me and like, look, this is the issue. Just hand it to him. That's so sick. Shake seems like such a homie. I can't wait to meet all these people in person. Pixel's gonna be there, Strongbad's gonna be there. I mean, I've met Strongbad before. I know him from the Project M community, but geez, it's so sick.
Doing that would be such a troll if you just went with the printed paper.
Yeah. Just actually, I was talking to him about actually just printing our diagram and just handing it into one of their devs because he was like, you should totally talk to the devs in person. I was like, oh, hell yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I have met Hyperflame before for PM things. I don't know if I like officially met him, but yeah. I have no idea. I definitely haven't met Ulti before. I haven't met most of the icons because, like, a lot of, you know, I only know the people that are from PM. You know, like I'm familiar with J-Fist because he's super sick at PM. But okay, GreenKnight, if you're back, I'm ready for a few more games. And if you want to do a few more games, finish this rotation or whatever, then I'm probably gonna call it a night because I need to get some sleep, get ready for the morning.
We only have one more game for the finish the rotation. So
okay, I mean, we can do another, you know, whatever makes sense to you.
Okay, we can finish the rotation with Cryo and then move to your favorite stage, Combat Lab.
Sure.
We can leave it there.
Sure. Or we can do Wave Dash and Combat Lab if you want. It's whatever. I need to call it a night here pretty soon. I'm not in a rush, though. It's only 10 p.m. where I'm at.
I think the game is gonna disconnect me because it's not letting me start the match.
Okay. I'll go ahead and exit out and rejoin.
Alright.
Yeah, Cicero, I don't get to travel a whole lot either. The few times I have been able to travel to big tournaments, I've just loved it so much, you know. But Low Tier City is that one event that, like, I live in Dallas. I'm always going to be there. In fact, I'm volunteering This is my volunteer shirt for LTC from last year. In fact, that I'm wearing right now. It says volunteer on the back. I'm gonna be there volunteering. I'm gonna be basically like running the icons bracket. Like I'm gonna have other people like Pooch helping and stuff, but I'm gonna be there from setup until, you know, making sure everything runs smoothly. Pooch wants to help, Pixel wants to help, but yeah,
That's pretty hype.
it's gonna be so awesome. I'm totally TOing. So let's see. Okay, I'm in the room again.
I'll need to take like a flight or two to get there.
Yeah. Someone joined my stream named Limited Listener and just said, "Help! I've been kidnapped and forced to watch your stream."
1, go.
She was talking to me and I told her we were playing.
Oh, okay, cool. Well met. Oof.
Okay.
I tried to at least like do a pot shot at your face before I left, but I was pretty off. I couldn't even see where I was aiming that far out. It's really great when you get like one of those really crazy like corner shots or something. Oh my gosh, you probably saw the clip, but I had a super good like triple ricochet off of that platform there that you're under right now, into a shot straight into the corner on a dude that actually killed an Afi&Galu in the corner. That was at our weekly in person here in Dallas.
Damn.
It was so good. That's the only thing I submitted for clip of the week. I'm like, yeah, I'm owning it in person.
Those were some pretty good snipes.
Yeah, I've got all the angles. I traded shooting you in the face with that. That's funny. Okay, I couldn't roll away far enough. It covers a lot of area.
It covers everything. All I have to do is use it whenever you use down special or roll in.
I keep trying to get that, but it really doesn't work on Wei Shan because he has so much coverage.
Player 1 wins.
I think it's impossible, honestly. I stopped trying because it just
Yeah.
either gives a free stock or a free
You would have to shield it and then maybe like F tilt or up tilt if they go above the lead. I heard somebody say that can work, but
So what were you saying earlier about moving the...
I'm sorry?
You were saying something about moving the cursor in the character select and getting a different angle.
Huh.
It's kind of not working for me.
It's not working for me right now, not in this screen. Maybe it's only in certain screens. That's really weird. It's not happening now. Okay, now it kind of is. Okay, now it's happening. Now it's happening big time.
Oh, I think I got it. It's like down
right. Yeah.
Yeah, it does down input. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, there's not really a range of angles a lot of times, and it's the same way going up right.
Is this the last game of the night then, or the second one?
Yeah, this should probably be the last game. I really need to get ready for bed and clean up some stuff. I gotta clean up before all the people coming over this weekend and everything. I've been doing some cleaning earlier, which is why I wasn't on much earlier today.
Hopefully it's fun tomorrow.
See, I got that fast fall by accident. Oh crap.
Oh, I did it the wrong way. That thing is so annoying. You
Like-
can just force people to keep upping.
Yeah. I don't,
I would say,
Cicero says, I wonder if this has anything to do with dare through platform. I think that's a different issue, Cicero. That's an issue of hurt boxes sometimes, or your hurt box is sometimes not aligning with the what looks like should be the ledge. Like Raymer's feet stick a little below the ledge and stuff. It's more that kind of thing. So like, there's another thing that happens related to that. Hold on, GreenKnight. Let me. We'll do another game after this. But like,
sure.
if you duck and immediately and side down special. So like, I didn't press jump. I ducked down through the platform and rolled. Like, you have to kind of go down a little bit. Oops. Let me see what you're talking about here. Huh. That is weird. That is really weird. Dang. I still think that's probably a different issue. Like, there's a lot of things that are a little wonky in this game that kind of can go through. And maybe it's an issue of the state that Zurong is in. Maybe there's a certain number of frames during the move where it's not possible for her to land on anything. I don't know. But I would assume it wouldn't work on a main platform though. But I don't know. I don't think it. So the issue that I'm talking about, well. Oh, I see what you're talking about. The angle that you get with the control.
Yeah.
Now, is that with a GameCube controller?
Battle ended.
Oops.
Player 2 wins.
Sorry, I'm looking at the clip he gave me. That was with a GameCube controller, huh? That's weird. That's weird for sure.
So it's
Okay.
definitely a thing that can happen on game. It's just the GameCube controller is usually more precise, right?
It works very, very differently, I think, is ultimately the thing. But I don't know. Yeah, that's interesting. I still don't think it's related to this specific issue though. I'll lab it out sometime. Oops, I didn't mean to leave. Let's redo that game and do one more.
Sure.
We could just redo that. We'll just redo that real quick so we can finish this off, and then I'll close this off. I've been recording this entire time. This is gonna be a long ass video. But thanks a lot, GreenKnight, for helping me iron this out, because like, this is, oh my gosh, it's been a thorn in my side for so long. It's been a thorn in a lot of players' sides.
Yeah. I'm
definitely gonna, Cicero, I'm definitely gonna play around with that and see if I can replicate that with other characters, in other situations. You know what would be really, really goofy is if you could do it to actually clip through a main platform and then fall through the middle of a stage. That would get them to fix it. That would get them to fix it. Okay, we'll play a game for real now. Sorry, I keep getting distracted thinking about all this stuff.
No, it's okay. I'll be happy as long as we get them to fix that.
Yeah.
So feel free to ask me if you need.
I would hope it doesn't happen on a main stage, because that would just be gnarly.
I won't be surprised if it happened in Cryo, because that stage is broken.
Well, Cryo is broken because of the sides.
Yeah.
It's not some, you know, a stage platform, main stage platform is a. It's mostly going to be the same regardless.
Game face.
Yeah.
Get ready.
Yeah, going in here. Got one last game for reals.
2, 1,
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, I should not have used down special there.
That thing is so busted though.
It's really good.
Wow, nice knife.
Yep. Ugh. This is definitely gonna train me to use safe options.
Yeah.
See, look how low that was. that was a low sweet spot. Oof. I'm really glad you didn't do a second F strike.
I think we'll have missed if you DI'd out, but it will have been annoying. What? Okay.
Hi.
I think Wei Shan's grab range is longer than Raymer's.
I think it might be.
He's not
He
because
kind of needs a long one though. Him and Raymer both. I mean, him and Zana both might actually have a little bit bigger as far as grab range. But out of the small like thin characters, Raymer's is definitely the best. Good fast fall.
Nice.
Oh crap.
You're getting so many. I feel like you have to get so many wins on neutral to push me off stage and get me to high percent.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not doable, I'm just saying it's harder.
I definitely think this matchup overall is in Wei Shan's favor. Ah.
Especially that. That's so. I actually jump so you will get that.
Woo! That was close.
Yeah.
Good games, GreenKnight. Thanks for the lobby. Thanks for all of this stuff, like trying to iron this out. This has been a really good day. I feel like this has been really productive. So, you have a great night.
You too.
And thanks for popping in, Cicero. I'll see you later. Lotu City's gonna be so dope. Can't wait.
So yeah, rest well for tomorrow.
Do what for tomorrow?
Rest well, sleep well.
Yeah, definitely.
Prepare yourself.
Yeah, it's a sin for me to not have this yet. The prepare yourself taunt with Weishan. I need to just buy it and use it.
Bring me. Prepare yourself.
Got more than enough Spectra.
Prepare yourself. Prepare. Need. Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself.
Yeah, it's so good. Alright. Everybody have a great night. Thanks for joining me. I'm having so much fun with this game, and hopefully with some of the analysis we got today, maybe some of these controller issues can finally be fixed. I'll be able to talk to some of the devs in person at Low Tier City too, so fingers crossed. It'll probably take them at least like a few weeks, although part of it is they may already understand exactly what needs to be done. So none of this may none of it be news to them. You know, they may very well have done all the same tests that I have. They're just struggling to try to find a solution. So, I mean, ultimately we'll see what happens. But y'all all have a great night, and there'll be lots more icons in the future right here. And this weekend at Low Tier City 6, if you're not going, make sure to tune into that stream. I'm going to be spamming the stream links for Low Tier City. It is going to be crazy. We've got 55 people in the icons bracket, even though it was announced last minute. So this is going to be super awesome. Y'all have a great night.